Welcome to the number one friendship podcast in the country. I'm Matt Ritter.
I'm Aaron Karo.
Guys, go to YouTube. You can see this kind of gray beard that I'm not really growing that well for the first time. And you can go to manoftheyearpodcast.com, get some hoodies, get some sweats, keep yourself warm. Karo, I love summer. If I had to rank the seasons, I love summer. I love spring. I love winter. Fall's my least favorite.
What do you think about people like in LA, especially who go, "Oh, I miss the seasons. I miss 4 distinct seasons."
I agree with that. Are you gonna crap on that? I agree with it.
I think it's outrageous.
I knew you could. I'm glad we're gonna have this debate. I do miss the seasons, and I've probably said that out loud, like when it's like November and Thanksgiving's coming around and I'm tanning by my pool.
I have a scene in a screenplay from a couple years ago where someone says, "I miss the seasons," and they get punched in the face.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. That's very like John Belushi in Animal House where he breaks the guy's guitar.
That's so funny. I want one long, homogenous, warm season.
You know that checks out for you, for everything about you.
Yes. Listen,
no deviations. Man of consistency.
Especially since I've kind of identified, or someone identified for me, why I think that way, because I've been in LA for 18 years, 19 years. I don't have warm clothes.
I know, but come on. Yeah, neither do I, by the way. We know me. The joke is that I always lose jackets every time I go to the East Coast.
You shed jackets like a snake sheds its skin.
Every night after Thanksgiving, the snake sheds its skin. Every night the snake goes out after Thanksgiving with his friends. The snake sheds. You remember last year or 2 years ago, like we went to some club and I literally left it underneath one. They had like a cubby, and I left it in the cubby. And I called and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's definitely there." And then they're like, "No, actually, it's not there." I'm like, "Okay, so which of your employees is wearing my jacket?"
What's funny is that same night I left. We were pretty drunk. I walked outside. As soon as I walked outside, I was hit with 20-degree weather in probably a short sleeve shirt, went back in and got it.
Yeah. When it hits you, I mean, look, when it hits you and you're way underdressed, because we're East Coast, now we're West Coasters going back East.
Yeah.
It's brutal when it's windy and you just have like, oh, I just got this like t-shirt and like, I don't know, like some windbreaker. Like you don't have like a heavy winter coat. Is brutal. But I will say, it's the flip side. Don't you have so many fond memories of winter?
Well, when you're a kid and you're playing in the snow, absolutely. Hot chocolate. It was great.
Yeah. Right. So don't you miss that?
Yeah, but we don't have no, because I'm an adult and I got places to be. And, also LA doesn't have when you say, "Oh, I want a winter in LA," it's cold. It's not like it's cool and snowy. It's just dreary and gross.
Yeah. No, I think what I'm saying is I miss being somewhere that.
Oh, okay. You want like a New York style winter.
Yeah. But also I love that you're like, it's childish to have fond memories of winter.
Well, I guess another way to reframe it is when we were frolicking, our parents were shoveling and couldn't get to work.
But I have to be honest, I like some of that stuff. I guess it's also with rose-colored glasses that we're so lucky that we can have these kind of oh, I just wish I could shovel snow one time.
Right. Just one time.
Yeah. I don't want to break my back like I used to, but I used to make cash shoveling snow.
You worked.
Oh, come on, dude. You know that. We were working. Those streets near Universal, baby.
Oh, yeah. That was dangerous. Dangerous streets.
Yeah, dangerous streets. The UP posse, but their mothers paid. Their mothers paid $40 a driveway.
Okay, that's not bad. Shoveling.
40 was for the nice part of town. 20 was the.
Shoveling snow is the leading cause of heart attacks or something like that. Do you know that?
I can tell you, and I don't know if we ever talked about it. I won't get into it, but the only time I ever came sort of close to death on a heart attack was when I was trying to revive Jess's horse in the frigid cold in February, and trying to lift a 2,000-pound horse into a trailer with the help of 3 not strong people. like that, like I had to lay down. I thought I was having a heart. I don't know if I ever told you that. They thought I was having a heart attack as the horse was dying.
You were having sympathy heart attack.
Yeah, I was having a sympathy heart attack. I literally laid down. I was laying down on the frozen tundra, and they're like, "You got to get off the ice." I'm like, "I literally think I'm having a heart attack. I can't move."
The American Heart Association actually has an alert that shoveling snow. It says shoveling snow can be hazardous to your heart.
Only 16 to 18-year-olds, only 14 to 18-year-olds should shovel snow.
Oh yeah. Oh, once you graduate high school, you should not legally be allowed to shovel snow.
Yeah, it should be. Those are like the years that you're allowed to do that job. It's almost like gymnastics and snow shoveling. 14 to 18.
You know, snow shoveling is a sport.
No.
Yeah. Snow shoveling sport. It's called shovel racing.
Olympics?
No. Only real sports are in the Olympics, like breakdancing.
Right. Curling is no different.
It was once in the X Games.
Oh, man, I would kill to enter in as a 14-year-old. Anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand. So the topic at hand that I wanted to talk about was seasonal affective disorder, acronym SAD. Really right on the nose with that one.
I love it. I mean, I don't love it. I mean, I love the acronym.
So I guess what I'm asking is, do you believe in it? Do you buy it? And then I want to get into what we do about it. Obviously, so you're saying we don't have it here. There's no reason to have it.
No, I didn't say that.
I was going to say you could have reverse SAD, which is
can we define seasonal affective disorder?
Yeah. So we'll define it as it's related to the change in the seasons, and it begins and ends about the same time every year. This is Mayo Clinic. If you're like most people with SAD, your symptoms start in the fall and continue in the winter months, sapping your energy, making you feel moody, and these symptoms often resolve during spring and summer. Less often causes depression in spring and summer. So there are some people that spring and summer is depressing for. And there's treatment, like physical treatments that they call light therapy, phototherapy, psychotherapy, and medications. And they say don't brush off that yearly feeling as a simple case of the winter blues or a seasonal funk that you have to tough out on your own. Take steps to keep your mood and motivation steady throughout the year. Some of the symptoms: feeling listless, losing interest in activities, having low energy, having problems sleeping, experiencing carb cravings. Well, I guess I have SAD every day of my life. Difficulty concentrating, feeling hopeless, worthless, or guilty, having thoughts of not wanting to live. Jeez Louise.
So half part of me thinks like so much of that is it's correlated with like daylight savings. Like it's darker, it sucks.
Right.
Like we have to do something about it. Like I think we need to
deal with that on some level.
Yeah. And as far as let's just draw a contrast. We coined the term friendship cuffing season.
Yeah.
We're on the Today Show talking about it, which is that the spring is high time to make new friends. People are getting ready for summer, gearing up. People are open. Their body language is open. And I love what you said the other day to me, that like seasonal affective disorder or the fall is kind of the polar opposite of that, where people are starting to close off. And also it's not as much stuff to do. It's colder, it's darker. It's like friendship, dark ages.
Right. Yeah, it does go into a little bit of the dark ages. And again, I guess we're very lucky here because it is sunny, 360 days of the year. And the weather is warm, so I think like we shouldn't take that for granted. It's awesome that our sort of ability to just based on the seasons continue doing what we're doing year round makes friendship a little easier.
I think I thought of one sort of practice to help beat this as it comes to friendship. And it's something that you talk about a lot, which is to have something to look forward to. So, okay, many of us have summer plans and travel, and that's great. But like, let's not stop the plan making at Labor Day. Let's put something in the calendar.
So funny you said that. Literally, did you just ask me about my fall calendar? And I said I have nothing.
Oh, yes, I did. That was for 1 week I asked you.
Yeah, but I said to you, like, it hit me when you said that. You go, like, oh, how's your fall calendar looking? And I looked at it. It was mortifying. Like, nothing.
I wonder if this is a good time. We haven't talked about it in months to talk about Friendsgiving. Is it too early to be talking about Friendsgiving? This is going to come out in the fall.
No, it's good to mention it. I mean, because it's a good anchor.
Yeah. So, one of the launching points of the podcast for me and Matt is trying to make Friendsgiving a national holiday. There are holidays dedicated to mothers and fathers and administrative assistants and girlfriends and boyfriends, but there is no friendship holiday. And traditionally, Friendsgiving is from the Friday to the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, depending on when you want to do it. Is it time to start thinking about? Well, when you're hearing this, it is time to start thinking about it. But let's make those plans.
By the way, you know that there's a National Day Archives. We can register this as a national
What?
holiday.
What do you mean national? What do you mean National Day Archives?
Yeah, you can start the process of registering your new national holiday. I don't
Oh
know
my
if this
God,
is
we should definitely do
or not. I don't know if this is real or not.
create your own national. I mean,
I
there's 4
know.
different websites for
I
it.
know.
Wow.
I know.
Okay, well, listen, we have to get into this.
Yeah. By the
We
way,
have to get
just
into,
I wanted to back up a little about the
yeah,
blues.
yeah.
I mean, nothing cracks me up more than the fact that for like thousands of years, when people had major depression issues, somebody in their family would be like, "What's wrong with Jimmy? Oh, he's just got a case of the blues.
Booze.
The
Yeah,
blues."
yeah. I
Oh,
think
okay.
about all the illnesses that we know now. Like, for instance, I have OCD. People had OCD in the year 50 BC,
Yeah. What do you think
and
they
they just
said? He's glitching out. What they say? That
no,
guy's glitching out.
they probably burned at the stake or
Right.
whatever they.
He's got the devil in him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I kind of got the devil in me, but
Right. They'd say he's got the devil, or as my mom would say in Yiddish, the dybbuk. You ever heard that one?
no.
Yeah, my mom used to say that because I was mischievous. So she'd go, he's got the dybbuk in him. I'd get into, my hyena laugh. Like, yeah, yeah. So now you reap what you sow. Now Brenner will give me this mischievous look when he's clearly doing something like, oh, why don't I stick this fork in this outlet?
Where does your mischievousness come from?
It's just baked into the DNA. You mean like what family member?
Mom,
Neither of
dad.
them. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. It's a good question. There's probably some guy in the Middle Ages. Pennsylvania.
That's so funny.
The blues. Yeah, I know. I do. Don't you love that? There wasn't any research. There wasn't any data. They just pick the guy's got the blues.
So I think another thing that you always recommend, which I think is helpful in this time of year, is checking in on your friends, which is, this is such low hanging fruit, but you'd be surprised how many people don't do it, which is literally the text to a single person or a group.
Right.
How you doing?
Like fall, people are starting to feel a little seasonal affective disorder.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's take our listener question early because it kind of directly addresses some of the points.
And we'll be right back. Okay, guys, this is Asking for a Friend. If you have a friendship question or ethical dilemma, send it to us on Instagram, Man of the Year Podcast, and we will answer it on the show. Matt, take it away.
Okay, so this guy kind of hit the nail. This was kind of why we did this episode, because of the question. Matt and Karo, I objectively had the best summer of my adult life. Went camping with friends, went to movie nights on rooftops, played tennis a few times, but without the weather accommodating, parenthetical, I live on the East Coast, none of those things are in play. I'm starting to get depressed. I love your pod. Wanted to know if you could address the fall social fallout, he called it.
First of all, wow, this is quite the low bar for best summer of your life. Movie night, and played tennis a couple times. Jesus.
Well, no, the camping thing. Look, I think yeah. Look, I imagine there were other things, but in general, I think he's essentially telling us like I was hypersocial.
Right, which is why we coined friendship cuffing season in the first place.
Yeah, I think he's saying like, because I agree, the summers where you do the movie nights, like I don't do them every summer, but I always find like when I look back, I'm like, oh yeah, that one summer, we would like go to the cemetery or the roof deck, or like, when you play more sports, certain summers, you're like, oh, that was a more active summer.
Mm-hmm. I like how he says fall social fallout.
So do I.
Also,
I'm like, damn, we that's a good one. We're taking
social
that.
fallout. Should that be the name of the episode? Fall social fallout.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Also, I think kids going back to school, we don't have school age children, but I mean, you're busier.
Yeah.
The kids aren't at camp.
Wait, are you saying that's a good or bad thing? Wait,
no, I think that exacerbates the social fallout. Like parents are just running around with their kids again.
Got it. Right. Their kids are their priority again. In summer, kids are away at camp and they get to be more social sometimes.
Right.
For sure. Right. For parents, definitely.
Exactly.
Right. Like my brother and sister's kids were off to camp. So presumably they're doing more social outings with their friends for sure.
Yeah. So there's a couple things. First of all, a trip to a warm weather place. As far as I understand, I'm not a tennis player. You are, Matt. You can play tennis inside.
I think there's a major cost difference.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, because I think like in the summer or whatever, outdoor tennis courts, a lot of them are free or like really cheap. It's my understanding, at least from where I play, like I don't have to do this now in California, but I recall when I would try and play in New York, like an indoor court in winter, it was pretty expensive. So I mean, there may be a cost prohibitive thing going on there.
How does it work in LA?
I mean, I don't even know any indoor courts.
No, outside. I mean,
oh, they're cheap. They're pretty cheap. Like the Los Angeles ones are super cheap.
But like, was there an app?
And the ones are free, and the ones on Fountain or that park, Plummer Park, are free.
And then you just show up like a basketball game, and I got next.
The Los Angeles one's online app. The Plummer Park, I'm not even sure. They may have an online. I think they all have an online system, but some of them are kind of like loosey goosey.
Yeah, because our mutual friend Shane the Barber, he's always saying that like at the courts, there's always mishigas going on, like someone's not getting off, like someone's, I don't know, there's some kind of thing.
You know my Owen Wilson tennis story, right?
I don't remember it.
It's ridiculous. So I play with a friend, and we play at this. His family friend's a quote unquote billionaire, not quote unquote, one of the richest people in the world. Passed away somewhat recently. So we would go to this court. And you go to a gate and there's a security guard, like that kind of compound. I've never even been to the house because the house is like a mile down the road. The tennis courts are like down a ramp into like this wooded area in the Santa Monica Mountains. So we would play there and it's amazing. And then one time somebody else shows up and they're dressed in like tennis gear to the max, like just head to toe, the armbands. And we're like, and me and my friend are very amateur tennis players.
Oh, how long were your shorts? Like below your knees?
Yeah, exactly. I was completely inappropriately dressed. And so they get closer and we're like, oh shit, it's Owen Wilson. And like,
was he dressed like the Royal Tenenbaums?
Yes. Like, really. But that was Richie who dresses up. That was his brother. That was Luke that dressed up. Anyway, yeah. But so we get closer and like, it's clearly him. And he's like, hey guys, I'm Owen. We're like, yeah, we know who you are, And we started talking to him and he's like, what do you do? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I've got this big podcast. And he paused for a second. He's like, podcasts? Yeah. There's like a big one, right? Like I've heard about these. And we're like, this was like 5 years ago. We're like, do you mean cereal? He's like, cereal? Yeah. And then my friend's trying to talk me up. He's like, oh yeah, he was on the blacklist recently. And he's like, oh, Jimmy Spader's show. Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't think you told me that. That's so funny.
Yeah, it was epic. And he was so nice. And then he was like, you guys want to play doubles? And then we watched them hit around and it was like 100-mile-an-hour, like ripping. We were like, no, we're actually done, even though we had only played for like 25 minutes.
That is hilarious. That the whole sort of tennis thing, sort of separate from the house, reminded me of something I've been dying to ask you. My friend has been recently using this app called Swimply. Have you heard of it?
Of course. People are always like, you should put it up on Swimply. I don't want strangers swimming in my pool.
So I think so. It's Airbnb for just the pool.
Yeah. It's aggressive.
I mean, my friend used it, and all my questions were, well, what about the bathroom? And I guess you have to like have some sort of accessible bathroom, and you happen to have like a little back house.
Yeah.
But like, it's weird, right?
It's insane.
But is it more insane than Airbnb? Like sleep in your bed?
No, because it's a back house. I don't know. Maybe it's not. I don't know. It just seems very.
Yeah.
I know it just seems very violative to you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we actually let our Airbnbers use our pool. So what am I talking about?
That's literally, you should charge extra for that.
I know.
But also,
But yeah, monthly's weird. But look, we're all trying to rent out every aspect of our lives if we can.
I know this is the gig. Everything, every extra unused.
I saw your buddy in the Times. I saw our boy Farb in the Times for Boat Center.
Oh yeah, shout out to boatsetter.com. It's Uber for boats. If you're like booze cruising, it's great.
Yeah, because
they give you a captain if you want it.
Well, not give.
Well, yes, it's included.
Captains are expensive.
Yeah,
captains are expensive. I want to look up the prices. Anyway, back to the question. So he's saying like he obviously put a lot of thought into his summer, right? He planned a camping trip. He did these rooftop movie things. So he kind of is admitting that he put a lot of effort into his summer. And he kind of like, it seems like almost like he made that the focal point of his life, summer. And a lot of people do. But I think when they do that, they make a big mistake. And they're basically setting themselves up for seasonal affective disorder. If you're just like, oh, I'm going to live my life in summer and that's it. And then I'm going to go back to being miserable for 9 months. I just don't think that's a healthy way to live. And tell me if you agree or disagree. I think too many people feed into that.
Do other industries, we're such in a bubble here. Do other industries also nobody does anything in the summer, or do other industries they actually work?
Teaching profession is out in summer. Right. I think general summer is known to shut it down and be social. Right. Yeah. But I just think, do you agree with me? I feel like there's a lot of people out there that have a real lack of balance when it comes to they put kind of all their eggs in the summer basket and they feel like if I can just get to next summer and I'm gonna have a good time, and then fall, it's almost like, oh God, I gotta get through winter, and then spring I can look forward to summer. They're like, that's it.
Right. I like to look at my year a little bit more holistically. Now, again, it's a little bit easier because we don't really have seasons. That's not really true. It's getting a lot more seasonal here.
Yes, it goes from 65 to 95.
You saying that's not that much?
No, there are seasons, but it goes from like hot spring to summer to hot summer.
To me, I kind of think of it more as being spaced out rather than a season. It's like if I have something interesting once a quarter, like it doesn't matter to me if it's November or July. It's just like it's an interesting thing.
I really like what you're saying. Again, this is piggybacking on what we talked about, putting things in the calendar to look forward to. I agree. If you have something once a quarter to look forward to that's bigger than a dinner, right? Like that's what you're saying.
Ooh, I actually started doing something that I wanted to mention to you, which is that on December 31st, I have a little entry on my calendar, and I've been listing big moments of the year. So like we went to Sundance, that was January, and I have it by month. In February, my parents visited. In March, I ran the marathon. Like April, there was nothing. May, we had our big Netflix show. So it's sort of subconsciously pushing in, like things have to reach a level, like just going out to dinner doesn't count.
Right. Bigger than a dinner. That's why I said bigger than a dinner.
Bigger than a dinner. So it's sort of subconsciously, like what can I hit like once a month that'll make that thing.
I like it because you're saying they don't have to be goals.
They're not goals. They're social.
Right. Yeah. No, but I'm saying when we look back at our like years and we do New Year's, it's like all these like resolutions. But I like what you're saying. Like this is like things that you did or events that you were part of, and social outings and family and friends, or just things that you wanted to do, like a marathon. That is a goal, but like, just things that made the year enjoyable and can give you contentment.
Yeah, and also because when you think back, it's hard to remember last week. Then you're like,
oh my God. That's cool. No, I think I might want to do that.
Man, I just randomly I don't even know why. I just started doing it. I don't know.
How many years have you been doing it for?
I think it's only my second year.
Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a good one. We've done a lot just on the pod.
Yeah.
Just with that. So I want to get back to fall, how to get out of this Summer's over. So I do think it is a reality that there are certain activities that open up in summer, like whatever, roof deck movie night in cold weather is not happening in fall. It ends, right? It literally goes from like May to September. But I do think maybe there's something to be said for looking into some of those indoor activities that you maybe haven't really thought about. Like, I don't know, here's an example. Museums do like openings and they do kind of try to cater to younger people to make them social.
No.
Maybe trying something like that.
What is that?
I don't know. Museums will do like gallery, like if there's a new exhibit opening, they'll do a night with like drinks and like social, that's just like an example, of a thing that's like, oh, okay, this could be a social thing, but it's indoors,
I mean, there's also like sports that are, there's football, which is not happening in the summer.
Yeah.
Going to games is something you could do year round.
Yeah.
There's also ski trips. I did a ski trip this year.
Yeah. And he didn't go skiing because Karo and I think skiing should be illegal.
Yeah. Skiing should be illegal as we reach ski season again. We can't stress this enough. It should be banned by the United States.
Ban skiing. Should we get shirts?
Skiing should be illegal?
Yeah. Like with a no? No, with like a no, just like the red circle.
No, I think it should say skiing should be legal and it has someone on crutches.
Yes. I think it should show clearly that they tore their ACL.
You know what we'll do? We'll get Dana Doot to be the silhouette like Jerry West.
Yeah.
Our friend and a comedian, Dana Doot, destroyed his leg skiing and just hobbled for 6 months.
My lawyer did too.
Marios did?
Yeah. He was out. He was an ACL tear too, I think.
Was that before or after Sundance?
After.
Wow. That's rough.
Yeah.
That's right. And I'm sure they're both like, hey, like, would it happen?
Yeah, you got to get back out there. No, you don't.
Yeah. I will say though, I feel, did we talk about this last winter? When I see our friends with their kids, it is a real confidence. I like when kids are like,
no, I know. Brenner's going to be better than me for sure.
That means you have the gear. So you want to take him skiing after all that?
I'm not going to go with him. I'm going to sit and drink my hot cocoa.
Oh my God.
I'll go on the bunny slopes with him. Once he gets past the bunny slopes, I'm out.
Does Jess ski, your wife?
No, we're both of the same mind.
Got it. I mean, to be fair, did Jess grow up horseback riding?
Yes.
That's also pretty good.
She wants to get back into that. I'm like, let me just make sure your life insurance policies covers that.
Tight. Yeah. Oof.
Our doula got thrown from a horse. The doctor was like, hey, if Joni's broken neck is healed, you should use her. Okay. So fall. Okay. So fall ideas for fall for our listener, ways to combat seasonal affective disorder and keep their year a little more balanced.
Well, listen, we also got the old standbys, which is dinner parties. It also depends. Like, are we saying that you can't, you don't want to be outside at all? I mean, how about an old fashioned, snowball fight?
Right. No, I think it's less about indoor, outdoor. It's more about what I'm saying is don't put the balance of your social calendar 90-10 summer.
Right. Again, it's having a holistic approach to your social calendar and, making those plans in advance. Don't wait till Labor Day.
Right. Exactly. Because you wait till Labor Day, then September's gone. People aren't around. They can't put things in the calendar last minute. And so I do think while you're having fun at the outdoor movie night, like go home and also start making plans for fall.
You're going to love what ChatGPT said are the things you could do in fall that you can't do in summer.
Ooh, I want to hear.
Apple picking.
Actually, I love apple picking, but I always do it in the summer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do it in August. Yeah.
Pumpkin patches and corn mazes.
Pumpkin patches are a good one.
Is that
Actually, I did that with Brenner. It's for parents.
Right. Okay, you're going to love this. Tell me if you've ever heard of this. Leaf peeping.
I'm surprised I don't know what is that sexual?
That's when you drive around and you look at leaves.
Oh, well, fall foliage, I call that.
Yes. And then
yeah, if you live on the East Coast, I mean, fall foliage is obviously, I mean, this is like a day trip, but obviously you should do that.
And we're forgetting Halloween.
Halloween. Yeah, there are some good anchor, but those are late. You know, I think really the issue is you got to get from Labor Day to Halloween. It's really what it's about. You got to look at the calendar and go, how do I get from September 3rd to October 31st? That's the hard 50, we'll call it.
That
hard
is right.
60, hard 50, hard 60.
Labor Day to Halloween. Yeah, it's the freaky, you know.
Let's call it the hard 60. Hard 60.
Because of the day. So it's because of 60 days, you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying it's a hard. Let's coin that term.
Okay. Can I yes and you?
Yeah.
It's the sad 60.
Sad 60.
Yeah.
Sad 60.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to just get people through the sad 60. And I think by coining it, we're going to build a little awareness around it. And Karo and I are going to come back to you and we're going to come up with some sad 60 methods.
I think we could solve a lot of seasonal affective disorder with the sad 60.
Do we want to make our second book sad 60?
Just for seasonal affective disorder?
Yeah.
It feels like a chapter.
Okay, damn it. Save it for the second book.
Save the second book. All right, do we answer that question?
Yeah, and people have no idea what I'm talking about when I say second book. Wink, wink. We'll save that. We'll save that for some other time.
We'll save that for later. Okay, guys, this was asking for a friend. If you have a friendship question, send it to us on Instagram and we will answer it on the show. Matthew, what did we learn today?
Well, I think we learned that Karo has no interest in any seasons whatsoever, which is no surprise to anybody listening to this pod.
Call me the monarch of monotony.
Ooh, did you just come up with that?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy too is that like I also love monotony and routine, but I like it in a different way than you. Yeah, like I do the same coffee walk every single day. I get the same exact, you know, my morning routine is identical every single day.
I'll give that to you, but you're seeing different people. You're popping and you're stopping.
Yeah, no. I definitely like to mix it up, but I like to keep it anchored around my routines.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, but the monarch of monotony. Wow, that's like I love when they do like boxing nicknames. You know, like if you were in the ring.
Oh yeah,
weighing in 145 pounds from Plainview, Long Island, the monarch of monotony, Aaron Karo.
I'm trying to think what you would be. Because what's the opposite of monotony, or what's like switching? Like you
deviation, like deviant of deviation.
The deviation. No, but what's it called when you like a lot of different things happen? Yes, you're
the impromptu king.
No, you're the sultan of spontaneity.
Oh, that's good. Sultan of spontaneity and the monarch of monotony. Oh, that's good.
Oh man, that's hilarious. I'm writing all this down. Yeah.
What else did we learn? So I think we learned. I just figured this out from talking it through. Too many of us put all of our focus on let's just have 3 great months of summer and that's going to sustain us. It clearly does not. It never does.
Yeah, to be honest, I had heard of seasonal affective disorder. I wasn't quite sure what exactly it was or how widespread it is. So I'm going to be a little bit more intentional going forward about setting those fall plans in the summer and not what's it called when you don't give something enough attention, sort of not giving enough.
Yeah. I would say that the seasonal affective, I think you kind of hear it's worse in the Midwest too.
Yeah.
Where it gets freezing. So
all right, guys.
Westerners, you were trying to get through this. Yeah,
we love our Midwesterners. Okay, guys, thank you so much for listening. Always remember, be good to yourself, be good to your friends.
Love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy.